Yes, I've got some good shit to tell you today, brothers and sisters. As I say, we're not gonna bullshit about it. We're gonna tell it just like it is.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? Okay. This is not necessarily a new topic for me, but it's new in terms of me talking about it on YouTube. Conflicts within the Middle East very much intrigue me because I like the reasonings behind what they're fighting for. People's viewpoints. And we always talk about resolution. Well, to me, it's never going to happen. Not because people can't come together and work things out, but because there's no way of maintaining a dominant viewpoint. What I mean by that is that if you don't like something, you can get together a group of men, get some financing, and challenge it, create chaos. In America, how many people living in America hate our government, hate this and hate that? Well, even if they try to mobilize, right, our law enforcement, and I mean, our different branches of military will pretty much shut them down quickly. So it really doesn't matter how you feel. The dominant power structure has the means to enforce their viewpoints. And this is what's different within the Middle East. It's not about, for me, who's right and who's wrong in terms of stopping the conflict. The problem is, right, whoever seeks to, have power and who gains it can always be overthrown. That's why, you see a typical pattern. America will interject itself into certain conflict, and what do we try to do? We try to train their troops. Right, before we pull out, we want to make sure their troops can do X, Y, and Z. But even then, it's still not good enough. Because the next faction or, quote unquote, extremist group will have, its soldiers, and they don't like something, and they'll create chaos. So literally, there's no big bully. Most of, the largest nations, when you talk about the U.S., China, on all these other places, they act off of the whole big bully principle. I don't care if you like it or not. I'm bigger and I'm stronger than you. And if you, if you backtalk me, I will shut you down. That's how it works. Because, we always talk about solutions and what it means, even in Africa, right? In some of the countries, the Sudans of the world and other places where political stability is always in question. It's in question because whoever comes into the power can't create that big bully complex. They can't. And like I said before, if you understand how America works, whoever we try to support, we always try to support them with, military strength. Whether it's through troops or whether it's through, money for training or weapons or whatnot, we try to help them become a big bully. But it's hard to do because you need numbers. Right, you need numbers. The fact of the matter is that if I rounded up a couple of thousand guys in America, well, all the different branches of our military and our local law enforcement will outmatch me. Right, they'll have, even if I was equally equipped in terms of weaponry, they have more men than me. Right, they're just bigger than me. They're going to shut me down. So, when I look at what's going on in the Middle East and in certain countries in Africa, we always want to know, when is it going to end? When is it going to end? Especially if we have friends and family who, have close ties with these countries. And for me, I don't know. Right? I don't really think we can anybody can sit down here and tell us, well, this is going to end, if countries do this. The problem is, you'll always have periods of peace. But if somebody doesn't like something, and if somebody wants control, they can easily obtain it. Right? They can easily put together a force that can challenge right? The dominant power structure. So, you see that going on, and that's just my take on it, right? I'm curious to know how other people feel. Like I said, this is very general, because I'm trying to look at the overall picture here, because you do see a lot of things in terms of what's going on. Right, conflict here, conflict there. Who's gonna win? One side, claims to have power. The other side comes back angry and pretty much creates chaos. The U.S. comes in, tries to pick a side that will best work for our economic interests. So we give, we give troops, we give money, we try to give weaponry, we try to give training. But even then, it's always not so stable the second we pull out, because at the end of the day, there are no big bullies. So anyways, you guys tell me, how you feel. I'm sure there are people out there who are more into this stuff than I am and who can educate me. But you guys take it easy. God bless.